Hey guys, a trade opportunity for making at least 8% return in 2 to 3 days by risking only 2% of my capital in TCS stock. How can I do that? Let's see. Welcome guys. I hope you have watched my previous video on IndusInd Bank, and this TCS share which I'm going to trade is a similar structure to that. Let's jump right in. Okay. In and around January 2020, I saw that TCS was running on a sideways market, right? So I thought, fine, I'll sell in this resistance. And then I waited for the stock to come up a little bit more because I didn't want to sell anywhere here or here. I wanted to sell as close to the resistance as possible. So what did I do? I shifted to a lower time frame. This was a 4-hour time frame and I shifted to 1-hour time frame. Okay, and this was a point. Then I saw the buyers jump in. Then I thought, good, okay, let it reach till the resistance so that I can continue with my sell. The buyer came in strong. Now I was looking at the momentum of the buyer. How did I do that? Well, the buyer came in so strong, right? But the seller pushed him right back in. So the sellers are strong and the buyers are also strong. I can't take a decision when both of them are strong. Then the buyer came in high, but he didn't cross the previous level. The seller came in, but again the seller did not even make a lower low. And then the buyer took over, right? And there was like a retracement of say 20%, which means the buyer is still strong and my zone is around somewhere 2244. So I thought it will come up more, and that's what it did. But now look at the power of the seller coming in after making 100% retracement. At this point I understood that it was the entry of this seller which is shown by this. So I took a sell trade although it did not reach resistance, and I kept my stop loss just above the previous V formation, previous place where seller entered, and my take profit was the previous low because it was a ranging market and I thought it wouldn't make a lower low. But I was shocked. TCS had finally come out of a range and the sellers have decided to take over the market. The buyers had given up. So I thought, fine. Would I sell now? No, I wouldn't sell now because look at the momentum of the buyer. How fast they have come. It may just be a fake breakout. I don't want to risk that. So I waited. I skipped this sell. But then sellers eventually came in. And this was a seller who started this big move to break past the lower part of the range. But he was afraid of something here. He was afraid of a buyer here. Then the buyers pushed the market up until here. Another seller came in who started here, who broke past the previous fear zone and then crashed down. Now I was absolutely sure that this is a seller's market, but this seller pushed the market till here. So I somehow knew that that seller was afraid of this guy. Now the market had already reached this much. I knew that the sellers were in control, but I didn't want to sell at any of these points because then I would just be chasing the trade. I don't want to do that. I need a better price, I thought. So what did I do? I waited for a few buyers to come in, right? And the buyers came in so fast and so hard. So I didn't take any sell trade here because I wanted the buyer to be weak and the seller to be strong. Then only the tide will be shifted in my area. But the sellers actually came out. But they retraced at this point with such massive power. Again. Then I shifted to 1 hour. Right? So my thought process was, this seller is supposed to have so much money. And when he reached a higher price, why did he go down? Why didn't he go down to create a lower low? Well, the answer was simple. I guess he wasn't satisfied with this price and he would move higher. Right. That was my initial judgment. And the seller, but he came till here. So then I thought, okay, fine. I think he's moving on to a sideways market. He's moving on to the range. Can you know how I identified a range by just 3 touches and not 4 touches to form a range? And I'm now going to sell in the 4th touch. I shifted on to 1 hour time frame. I zoomed in and I watched the buyer very, 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 very carefully. The buyer came in. He gave a retracement of 20%. The buyer is strong. He came in stronger. Look at that massive power. I told, no, I'll never sell. I'll never sell because the buyer is just too strong. Although this is a sell zone, I'm not going to sell because there is a huge risk that this may go for a breakout. That's how I decided that this resistance zone may not hold. Plus, I saw that the seller and buyers were equal in the market. That's why it's a range. If the sellers were more, it would have formed a lower low. It would have broke out downwards and gone downwards. But the sellers and buyers were equal in the market, and currently the buyers are stronger than the sellers. Well, simply to say, look at the speed, how much time the sellers took to complete its range. But look at how much time the buyers are taking. So quick, so fast, so smooth movements. So I thought, fine, now this I'm gonna buy only. I'm not gonna sell. I'm only gonna buy. Then the sellers actually showed power. The sellers actually showed power than last time. So I was confused. This is a range market, I agree. But I think I should not take any trade and I'll wait. Then what happened was, the sellers actually held up here and they did not even create a low. They did not even reach the previous buyer's point, which shows that the buyers are getting desperate. So it is not a sideways market. This shows a buyer's desperate market. So I made adjustments to my graph, right? Now I had a feeling that this is a buyer's market and anytime it may break out above. But I needed confirmation, and that confirmation was given to me by this point. Do you remember each time the seller reached this point, he gave a big reaction, but the reaction was getting smaller and smaller, whereas when he reached here, he was so weak that he did not even cover half the distance. That time I knew I had to buy, but I was not gonna buy anywhere near here. TCS stock, please give me a better price. Please give me a price somewhere closer to this and I'll buy. Right. And I set my buy target here. But actually I had kept it a little lower. And what happened was, this actually went in my favor. But it did not hit my entry price. So my entry was a little bit off and I missed this opportunity. But it doesn't matter. There are plenty of opportunities in the market. But this time, I started seeing the market a little bit differently. The sellers started entering again and with so much power than last time. If you consider this entire thing as one whole run and this seller, then that means the seller is more powerful, right? So I thought, fine, I'm not sure whether this is sell or buy market. I'll wait for it to somewhere break out, decide. Again, the sellers had come in. But around here, last 3 times, do you remember the last 3 times when the seller, after reaching this price, reacted all the way down? But here, he was like, this much? Seriously? The seller is dead. Then I thought of breakout trade again. So I knew that the buyer will go up. Why? Because of 4 reasons. 1, the seller first tried to push it here. 2, next time he did it till here only. 3rd time he did it till here only. 4th time till here. The momentum is also decreasing each time. And at this point, he totally gave up. That's when I thought about, okay, this market is turning from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Sorry, from a seller's market to a sideways market to a buyer's market. And I was waiting to hit the trigger for a buy. And that's what happens. It broke out. And when it broke out, I didn't want to enter anywhere here for the simple reason being, this can be a possible fake breakout. I'll make sure that it's a breakout and then I'll buy. And I was sure around this price that it is a breakout. but it has already traveled so much. I don't want to buy it at this bad price, so I waited. I waited for the sellers to step in. Wow, the sellers stepped in. And believe me, they are strong. And they gave how much percentage retracement? Around 40% retracement. Look at the sellers move down. One single candle. Look at the buyers move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost 10 candles. Who's stronger? The seller is obviously stronger. Seller came again. This time 60% retracement. The buyer is also gaining power. The seller traveled lower distance than before. So seller is losing power, buyer is gaining power. Good, but still the seller is not dead. At nowhere at this point we know that the seller is dead. But at this point the seller was so much weak and the buyer came in blasting up. When this buyer came in blasting up, I finally realized that okay, this might be this big guy who's starting up the trend above, who was first selling, then moved to a sideways market and now is going for a buy. That is when I realized I'll hit a buy. But I didn't want to buy here. I wanted to buy as close to the resistance, which is now support, as possible. I wait for one last move and I took the trade here, right? Setting a stop loss just below this, keeping a target of the previous high, and it has already given me 2% gain today. This is how, by risking 1.26%, I plan to make 6.44 or 7% approximately in this trade. Now, look at the risk to reward. 5:1. That is one of the greatest trade that you can take. 5:1 is such a good risk to reward. You just have to be right 1 out of every 5 times and then you can still make money. You're tipping your scale in your favor so much, right? And can this trade go wrong? Yes, it can go wrong. How? It will go for a buy. I'm sure of that. But it may come down a little bit, hit my stop loss and then go for a buy. Because this is such a tight stop loss. But I was willing to take that risk. And now what I did was, today I just trailed my stop loss to 0. Now the stop loss is gonna surely give me profit. And if that stop loss gets hit, and when I get a lower price, I may take another trade. I may buy in again. That's how I'm planning to trade this. This is a very similar structure to the IndusInd Bank analysis which I did. I'll put the link in the description, the thumbnail, or whatever the case may be. And then you can look that too. That trade has not happened yet. That trade is in this stage. I'm waiting for it to break out and then give me a pullback. So there is still a lot of time for it to happen. Please make sure you check out that video and give this video a like. Share it with your friends, the people who trade. This is how you do price action analysis without any indicators, without any tools, calls from people, without experts, nothing. Just looking at the chart and the price, how the price is reacting. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.